I can't tell you how happy I am to introduce this, or I should say reintroduce this head football coach, coach University of Houston, coach at Texas A&M, also Arizona. He is also my friend, Kevin Sumlin. So glad to see you, man. Glad we could finally get you on. Took a little bit of time, but we got it done. Glad to have you on.
Well, you know, in any venture that's really just starting up, man, there's a lot going on. So we've had like 16 practices. We had a draft, a supplemental draft. It's been from the ground up, right, with coaches and everything else. But we're all here, and it's finally game week. So you know, everybody's excited as we get prepared to play the Michigan Panthers.
Talk about what that experience has been like for you with the Gamblers. It's basically a reincarnation, but this is a brand new team. We know what kinds of offenses you like to run. Tell us about your offense and what the experience has been like.
Well, it's you know, it's been a little bit different just because of the limited roster, right? We've got 45 players on each team. There's 38 active. I think if I go as fast as we've gone in the past, I don't know that we'll have anybody left by week 5. So, you know, we're gonna first time I've been in a huddle since probably 2002 or 4. But that doesn't mean we're not going to be a no huddle team at certain times and push the pace, but. Because of, you know, you start talking about 38 guys active, you know, really 17 to 18 players, 17 on offense and defense, and you get specialists too. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. But, you know, I think that, you know, our quarterback, Clayton Thorson, is the all-time winningest quarterback at Northwestern. Big guy, 6'4", 6'5.5", can run. And throw it. We've got some really, really talented players on this team. You know, just like I said from the beginning, I think I've told you, I've told a couple of people, this league backed by Fox is a lot different than some of these other spring leagues. And because of the production and what's going to happen with the telemetry and chips in the shoulder pads, chips in the balls, being able to spot the ball on first down, the rules changes and everything else, I think it's going to be exciting.
I got to ask you this, and we have about a minute or so, and I'm going to ask you to hang on with me so we can talk a little bit longer. In regards to your quarterback, Clayton Thorson, tell us a little bit about him. We have about 30 seconds. We know he's your prototypical Big Ten quarterback. What do you expect from him?
Yeah, I mean, he can move. He's not, you know, he's a build speed guy. He's faster than I call him. He's more of a 200-meter guy than a 60-meter guy, right? But when he gets rolling, he's rolling. And but he's smart. I mean, he can make all the throws. He's a leader, and that's why he's won so many games in college. You know, he was at the Giants last year until the last cut, and then they kept hanging him around. So, you know, he's one of those guys that this league's about, that right on the edge of playing in the NFL. Certain times, certain circumstances keep guys from that opportunity because of the players that are there. But he's certainly a guy that will have that opportunity coming up.
All right, Coach. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Glad to talk with you. We're going to be right back with Coach. Stay with us, Coach. We'll be right back.
All right.
All right, guys. We're live here in town. Houston, Nate Griffin, Fox 26 Morning Sports. Stay with us, Coach. All right. So everything is different with the Gamblers now. You know, you're going to have a different offense. You talked about not being able to go no huddle, but you're going to be able to speed up the tempo a little bit. What's the biggest difference and the biggest adjustment you've had to make?
Well, I think it's, you know, you're not 18. They're not 18-year-olds. You know, these guys are 22 to 28. They're guys that have played on, been in the league. They're on practice squads. They're trying to get their video. You know, there's a number of guys in this league that will be able to play in the NFL that were COVID year guys. Didn't even have pro days, right? And so it's really interesting just in the fact that these guys are really hungry to play football. That, you know, there's not a whole lot of, you know, yelling and screaming. They're getting guys to do anything. They're grown men, and they go about it professionally. And you know, because you had a draft process that brought guys together from everywhere. I mean, from all levels of from FCS to Division III to, you know, national championship teams. So, you know, it's been a real education for me just for dealing with older guys for the first time in 30 some years of coaching football.
In regards to your quarterback, Clayton Thorson, look, he's got some pro experience. I think that's really going to aid you in being able to help that team. But kind of talk about it in terms of his experience, what he brings to the table.
Well, he's like I said, he's he's won a lot of games in college. He's kind of bounced around. He's at the Giants, so he's seen a lot, and we're able to talk about different things that he likes, different things that I like, and so it's gone really well. I think his leadership and and the fact that he is an older guy, a guy that's been around a lot of different things. I think he's respected by his team, and so because of his experience, guys know he was at the Giants, so they he's got some automatic clout in the huddle.
How about your defense? Everybody wants to talk offense. What about that defense, Coach?
Well, I think we're doing. Tim Lewis is our defensive coordinator. Was a longtime secondary coach for the Steelers. Has run some spring league teams. Guy that really knows what he's doing, and we've got some guys over there that can play. I think your number 5 you keep an eye on is Reggie Northrup. I don't know. This guy's fast, and he can do a lot. I think the hardest part in the draft process, I think he's 3 or 4-0 in UFC fighting. So he's got some respect in the locker room and our locker room too, and with the coaches. I told his position coach is Mark Snyder, who was at A&M with me as a linebacker coach, and so I said, if anything goes wrong, we'll just send you in there, Snides, and see if you can handle Reggie. So nobody wants a part of him. He's fast. He's a Florida State guy, and just real energetic, and a guy that I think is going to make a lot of plays for us.
I know that the majority of your games will be played in Birmingham, but then you come back to Houston. I know you're looking forward to getting back here.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this year we put this thing together, and it started, you got to remember, it started a year ago when, in with Fox in LA. And so, the bubble concept was an important concept. Right. And at that point, and then, as things have evolved with COVID, Birmingham was the place that we could put all 8 teams. Progressive Stadium is really nice. I had talked to Dana Hogerson about it because they played Auburn in the bowl game here, right across the street. So it's kind of ironic, but
very.
It's a great venue. The hotels are right across the street with the Sheraton and the Westin. So everything's been convenient for the players. We practice at Sanford. Some guys practice at Hoover. Some guys are practicing at different places, but right here at Protective Stadium, it's been great. So, we kick off this weekend. I think Saturday night you've got a simulcast, national TV, and then we kick off at 11 o'clock on Sunday.
Coach, thanks so much. Hey, I look forward to seeing you back in the city, and I'm going to send a note to Lou, and if you will respond in kind, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. No, these guys have been great. They're running around. Everybody in their respective cities have media requests, and we're fitting them in. But that's a positive, right? Because that means people want to know and what's going to happen. So I would. It's going to be an exciting brand of football. You talk about these players are the quality of the coaches and with Jeff Fisher, we're playing Jeff Fisher's team the first game. Skip Holtz, Larry Fedora. This all goes back to the Conference USA days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got a bunch of good coaches in this league, and a bunch of good players. And I think the rules are built for excitement, whether to go for 1, 2, or 3, and onside kick, 4th and 12 from your own 33-yard line too. So, it's 4th and 12. You can go for it from there. If you don't get it, they get the ball right there. So, it's a little bit different, but a little strategy, but like I said, in 30 some years, your 2-point chart and your time clock, you can throw that out of the window. It's when you can go for 3, you can turn a really an 18-point lead into a 2-possession game.
All right. Well, take care. We'll be in touch, and I'll see you soon.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right,
All right, I'll talk to you. All right. Appreciate you having me.